This is the Quality Living with Peaceful Support radio program, so cordially brought to you with the KCIW 100.7 LP radio station. LP, that stands for low power. We would like to reach a further high power. However, that takes tons of funding and sponsorships and support, which here on the Quality Living Show, we gladly welcome sponsors. And sponsors is different than advertising. It's not really making an ad for yourself. It's supporting the radio station and supporting the people that run and operate the station to bring you all the best listening information and all the good stuff. Sponsorship information is more about a moment of gratitude. And so it's also a nonprofit tax-deductible opportunity for yourselves, individuals and businesses, to get a tax-deductible receipt that you can do as you wish with it. And it supports the 100.7. And what we do with that, how this works, let me be more clear. So a broadcast sponsorship spaces, they're available for $250 for a whole year, not just a month or a week, for a whole year. And what happens is the radio station gives acknowledgments and airtime, and it's normally in 30-second increments, and they say with most amount of appreciation. Like, let's say if Quality Living was sponsoring KCIW, we would say, thank you, Quality Living, for sponsoring KCIW, and things like that. So it's not really an ad about the business or the individual. It's a moment of appreciation. And the radio station, as we know, is 100% donation-based and operates with all volunteers. So thank you for having a moment here on the Quality Living Show to get a little bit more information about our sponsorships and exactly how it works. You can call 541-661-4098 and speak with any of us to go ahead and sponsor a space that you request. And you can also email contact@kciw.org. And for those of you who've never heard of the Quality Living with Peaceful Support program, it's simply that, a moment of quality. And what that word means is different to everybody. And that's kind of one of our fun questions that we get to ask all of our guests that come on the show. We have quite a wide variety of guests that participate here. And today, it is with the most amount of privilege to introduce to everybody here in Brookings, Curry County, on the podcast. I have a special opportunity to give so much thanks and appreciation to my mother, Bobby. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Lovey.
I'm so excited that you're able to do this today and talk about quality living and just different parts of what that is and peaceful support and all the things that you've taught me growing up my whole life.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, I actually want to sponsor because I think that's amazing that it's only $250 a year.
Oh my, Mom.
That is amazing.
Seriously?
So I love that. And I will be your sponsor on that, not just because I'm your mother, but because I love the show. And I think that it's a good reminder of everybody with the quality of living that it has to be shared. And how much easier can it be shared by then the radio? And only $250 a year? Are you kidding me? That is so cheap. So thank you for sharing that information with me.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, thank you. Awesome. We'll get you all set up with that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So people often ask, like, how did I get to Brookings? And I tell them my lovely mother, she lived here, and then she did some really phenomenal work. And they ask how I learned about quality living and the end of life care I did. And I said, well, I learned that from my mom because, she taught me that when I was younger.
Yeah.
And what's really fun about all of it is some of the hidden parts. Well, let's hear a little bit more about you, Mom. Tell us a little bit about you.
As far as what, the work relationship with the elderly, or
Well, sure. Where'd you come from? How'd you hear about Brookings and all that stuff?
I came from a very loving family with 5 sisters, and I had such a beautiful life growing up in Minnesota, and it was so much fun. And moving out to Vegas and working in the hospital and just getting that clue about, I want to be, a person who goes to the patients' rooms. I've always, always, always wanted to be an RN, and it was in my blood, I guess. And so I strived for that, but I got as far as the CNA, which was okay. And I've taken care of a lot of elderly people. And the doctor, oh my gosh. So the doctor over at the hospital, he goes, and I was taking care of these patients of his, and he goes, oh my gosh, whenever you get your RN license, can you please work for me? It was like an honor. I was very good at what I did. And I have diagnosed people with their symptoms, like my mother-in-law, should I say, my past mother-in-law. Unfortunately, she did pass peacefully because I was there, and along with the family. But I had given the diagnosis to the doctor before he even gave her the diagnosis. And he goes, oh, really? He goes, I would have never suspected this. Thank you. And he shared that with the family, and that's what it was. And he's like, how do you know this? I said, because the love of my life in my heart is taking care of people. And so when you take care of people, you thrive on them, not on yourself. You get questions answered. You look for absolutes. It's amazing.
It's true. It's true. You become more in tune, and without thought, there's more sensation. That's kind of where maybe they call it like a sixth sense or something.
Yes. You can have, if you walk out of yourself, out of your shell, and metaphorically speaking, of course, if you walk out of your shell to help others, what you're going to find is compassion, love, mercy, grace. You're going to find all the things that Jesus is into somebody else, and give that person your full attention to what needs to be done, not what wants to be done, but what needs to be done. There's a difference between wanting and needing.
True. And becoming a CNA is quite an achievement. Some people start up and they end up switching their fields, or, they get as far as the AA, or they just, just can't handle
it's hard.
It. Yeah.
It's hard when you're raising 3 daughters by yourself and you have nobody to rely on, and you're going to school full time, and you're going to work full time, and you're driving your children to school, and picking them up, and you've got to oh my gosh, life was so hard, but I did it.
You did. I know. I remember.
I know. And I thank God for you and for being there with me and helping me, which I did not want you to do because I wanted it to do it by myself. But you gave me the push I needed. Mom, you can do this. I got you.
Yeah. It's,
And you were my strength.
Aw.
Because of you, I just fought so hard to make life better for us.
And I could feel it the whole way through, even though I was kicking and screaming half the time, just like Bert.
Yes, you were. You're like, Mom, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were, but you were the best daughter ever. I mean, I could have not have asked for more from you. I mean, I didn't want to even ask one thing from you. But being a single mom, I had to rely on you to be strong with me. And your strength comes from me.
Majorly, majorly. And I think that's like what really is a benefit of being there for those who are dying, because they're leaving, they're leaving their bodies. They're
Yeah,
the people that they want to be with them or think that would be there. They're normally not available. As much as we all have the perfect ending, they're not always
right.
going to be there for us. Just like we all have the perfect marriage or the perfect birth, it's not always painted that way. And you taught us that as a kid, that, just
Yep.
because we come here through our parents doesn't necessarily make them 100% responsible or the ones who have to make everything happen for us. And you taught us independence, and you taught us how to be there for other people, even if we think that we're there for a different reason that may not be true.
True. So true. Yep. You guys, I know what you saw with me with working with certain clients, but I don't want to say their names because that's privacy.
Patient confidentiality.
Yes, thank you. I know you guys have spent the weekends with me working 7 days a week, overnighters. I know that you guys have supported me in my caregiving to know that to be with a loved one who is passing, that is okay. And I told you guys this a zillion times. I said, it's okay. I give them the comfort they need. I give them the love that they need. And you guys have seen it. You've been there. I said, you know what? We are not of the world. Although we live in the world, we are helpers to do whatever we need to do to help somebody else.
Yep.
And those are gifts.
Mm-hmm. Not everybody understands that, or even they say they don't have time, which is to me just an oxymoron. But
yeah, time is irrelevant in the space of, okay, so yes, God gave us time regarding our bodies, like an age time. From 998 years of living down to 120 years of living with Moses. God did correct that time. And so, but yes, we have to live in the time that we're allowed, but let's make the most of it.
And that's making the most of it is really like, when I ran through my life, I feel like I just really rushed through things.
You
and
did.
I wanted to just absorb everything all at one time.
And I had to slow you down.
You did, and I didn't understand till I moved to Brookings, and I was like, okay, my whole life I've had 5-minute conversations with 1 million people, and I've had a 1-hour conversation with 5 people. So, how do I balance this out? And then I got this opportunity to make a quality living show with peaceful support to really have more than 5 minutes to get to know people in town and to present them so that other people can have a moment to listen and hear what they're all about.
See, I think that is so nice. And you are such a caring, giving, loving person. And I don't want to, well, I'm going to share this on the radio. Your name means worthy of love. And you are worthy of love because you share love, you give love, you serve with love. I mean, how much more when God gave, let me give birth to you, I didn't have a name for you for 2 years. I mean, not 2 years, I'm sorry, 2 days. 2 days.
2 days is still a long time without a name.
It's still a long time. And my heart just told me Amanda, and I'm like, what, Amanda? Where did that come from? I don't know. And I had to look it up because I did not know. And it said worthy of love. And yep, that was you. You are going to spread love.
Here I am.
And you will receive that love. And that's what your name was.
And I've been working on it my whole life.
Yes. And you've come a long way. You have been so blessed. I mean,
Whew.
when you moved to Brookings, it was like the best thing for you, for you to show what God has plans for you. And for me moving away to allow you to be there without me gave you strength in him, not me.
That's true.
So your strength comes from God, not from me.
That is a beautiful, beautiful gift.
And living in Brookings was the best ever, ever, ever. I love Brookings, Oregon so much. It is filled with so much love and joy and just, oh my gosh, I absolutely just love Brookings because of the caringness. People are kind. People smile. They say hi. They actually acknowledge you. And it's like, wow, they don't snub your nose at you or anything as you're going by.
Right?
I love Brookings, Oregon.
It's very nurturing. And part of what I found learning here as I was, guided or asked to fulfill the positions and do the work that I've been asked to do while being here, I thought, oh yeah, great. I have all these talents that I haven't gotten to use really too much, but they're in my tool belt. And I finally am being asked to utilize my tools, and I'm so excited I get to provide these services. And what I realized, as much as like you taught me, is that even though I thought I was there for them, I remembered, oh man, this opportunity is actually to remind me and to clean up my tools and tighten them up and get them all prepared for what's really coming. I was actually just, even though I'm being of service, I was really being taught to remember how to really care for myself, nurture myself as much as I was doing that for others. It was all the little things.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And you did. You've succeeded in so many things about you, taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself. Family and friendships are so important.
Majorly.
Literally reaching out to one person in your family or in your friends, reaching out to one person and just saying, hey, I know I can trust you and I'm going to share something with you. And this is how I'm feeling about this.
Yeah, and tell them you love them every day.
Exactly. It is so important.
Yeah,
hugs, kisses, loves.
Exactly.
Oh,
and you really gave us space and freedom and taught us like how even in a stressful situation, like when we were going to school, how to have a breather moment and to be able to disassociate, even if we physically had to go to school or had to show up to work, how to mentally prepare ourselves to kind of have, what would you call it, a mental vacation?
Yes,
Tell
I
us
did
about
call
that.
it a mental vacation because I felt like when you guys were in school, you had so much stress going on between all these different people, the bullies, the whatever, the competitions, your swimming competitions, everything going on. And it was like, no, Amanda, you need to take a mental vacation. Just, don't let these things right now interfere with you. To step back, look, chill, learn, watch, and just go. I mean, it was like, take a deep breath, look around you. It's okay. I have been there fighting for you in your senior year. I remember you came in second place in the swim team. Although you were number 2, I have to admit, I can't help but say this, but you were number 2 on that APGAR test in the whole United States on English. Sorry. I just, it's a little bragging moment out of a mama.
You're so adorable.
I know how smart you are.
I appreciate it, Mom. And I really wanted to invite you on to hear more about you.
Oh, well, sorry. Okay, so go ahead.
Well, yeah. Well, so okay. So tell the listeners maybe a little bit about some ways that you see. Okay, let's first ask you, what does quality represent to you?
Oh, quality represents vibrance.
Hmm.
Because vibrance, if you're vibrant, you're alive.
Mm-hmm.
You have energy. Now, the quality of your energy, if you're not vibrant, goes low. And then that's not really good. So then you'd have to go see doctors every week.
Right. Right. That makes
And
sense.
I don't like that. I'm not a doctor person. Although I love being one. No, being a nurse.
They say
Which
doctors.
is an oxymoron.
Well, it's true. They say doctors and nurses are the worst patients.
Yes, and I totally agree with that.
I
But yeah, to me, yeah,
to you.
quality. Pardon?
Go ahead to you.
Oh, so quality of living is vibrance. Being awake, to look, um, to see things that are just so beautiful and amazing that you would like wake up to the sunset, dance.
Yeah.
Who cares? And I know that old cliche, dance wherever you are or something like that. But no, it's in your spirit. Your spirit could be vibrant, which means that you're so optimistic about the day.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're optimistic about the day, like, okay, for me, I wake up happy. I know it's a feeling. Happiness is a feeling. But I wake up so happy. I jump out of bed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so ready to start my day. I can't wait.
Oh, that's so cute.
And so I look forward to it. I turn on the music and I do whatever I want to do and I get ready and I say my prayers and I'm ready to hit the door, and be thankful for what I have because I'd rather live in the spirit than in the flesh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what would you
And to me,
say?
it's all about the spirit than the flesh because the flesh will fade away, but the spirit lives forever. It's like a guy who has a gun and he can kill you or he can stand there with the gun and say, I'm going to shoot you and you're going to die. And then you're going to say, okay, well, go ahead and shoot me, but I'm not going to die because my spirit lives.
Right.
And to me, that's the best quality of life, knowing that your spirit lives forever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there your spirit is where your heart is. And where your heart is where your spirit is. So if you give your spirit onto others and to yourself, especially to take care of yourself, you give your spirit to take care of yourself and then to give to others in your spirit, it will lead you to just such peace and great joy.
It's true.
And in return, you get that back.
That's true. What would you tell the listeners? What is your most favorite part about being alive?
Gosh, my family, my friends, technically my girls, to see you guys, to share life with you guys, to see you guys grow, spiritually, definitely spiritually grow, healthy, wise. I love to see you guys grow. I think that's the greatest gift that I have been given,
Aw.
is to watch you guys grow.
Oh, well, participate. You're part of it.
Well, I don't know if I'm a part of it, but God has something to do with it.
Right, right. Well, the KCI listeners would like to know if there's a goal that you are aiming for and how to encourage others to meet their goals.
Okay, so if you the goal that I am aiming for is to reach out to more people. Which was so funny today because just this morning I was just praying about friendships. So I was praying this morning about more friendships. And it was funny because then I was driving to work and on the radio station, the song came on about friends. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, friendship is my word for the day.
Okay.
How to be closer to my friends that I can help them more, or they can, or I can lean on them more. Like I can trust them more, or, and I do have that close relationship with my friends. And so I thought, oh my gosh, this is so perfect. I heard this, I prayed this, and it all matched up today about friendships. So I would say that if you are wanting a goal, make one word, friendships, and then expound on that friendship. Make words around that. Put friendship in the center and circle it. And then make lines outward and put things out there. Truth, trust, bonding, fun time, and circle those and go after those.
That is adorable. I absolutely love that.
I do too.
Yeah, that's very creative and very smart, and it's very like a law of attraction.
Yes, exactly. And so when you see that board that you've circled, the friendship in the center, and you've reached out to all these other ideas of what the friendship can be, you're just embracing friendship.
Very true. And I'm so glad that I learned how to be your friend, Mom, more so, you're always my mom, but I learned how to actually, work through all the crazy things that happen in her life and just learn to be my best friend.
Exactly. And you are my best friend. I look forward to your phone calls. I look forward to your emails, messages, everything. I mean, oh my gosh, I look forward to you coming here to visit. And I look forward to coming up there to visit.
Yeah, good. We'll have to have an ocean day.
Heck yeah. You know what we're going to do? Remember the swing?
Oh, yeah, and the teeter-totter?
Oh, the teeter-totter.
And we made out of driftwood?
Yes, but it was so much fun. This is us. Oh, and remember the photo shoot?
Yeah. Oh, and we have just a couple more seconds, Mom, and that was the quickest 30 minutes of my life, and we're going to do it again soon, okay? I love you.
Okay. I love you too, Lovey.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for having me on. And yes, I will support you.
Okay, and thank you, KCIW Quality Living listeners.